Honestly, when I look at these two images, it's just like it's such a big difference from where I have been in my life to where I'm now. It's insane to think about, and the journey it took for me to get there. I've uh, I've always been fit in my early days. When I was young, I played a lot of football. I had no problem being fit, running, being energetic. That was part of who I am. That was part of who I was. But at some point in my 20s, I got into that relationship place like a lot of dads do, where they start putting on some pounds and you get stuck in that phase of life where other things start to take place. I became a dad. Uh, I drank a lot, usually during the weekends, and I start working out, start being active. There was a part of my life in the end of 20s and beginning of 30s that I just had an unhealthy lifestyle. And when I look at these two images, the first one is really representing that part of my life. That is from 2013. I had put on a lot of weight. I had neglected myself. There was no doubt about it at that point in time. I used to drink every weekend, often like 2 times a weekend. I was smoking at that point in time, not regular smoking, but at least every weekend, just smoking. And there was no training at all. I remember just like I had so low energy when I was going to work, when I came home from work to give to others. I just felt overly miserable. And when you're in that state, it's sort of like you're going autopilot and you don't even realize it until you just suddenly see yourself. And for me, the realization was this image or this video that got posted online on Facebook actually, and I saw it on Facebook, and it was sort of just meant to be some fun game or some challenge or something like that. But when I saw that video on me, I just like I get goosebumps, to be honest, because I just felt so miserable. I just like, what has happened to me? What has become of me? Like I didn't recognize myself. Like I was so sluggish, low energy, just like, what is this? And I remember clearly, even though it's like 12 years ago, the pain I felt. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even tell the one I was together at this point in time. I just kept it for myself. And I think that is what a lot of dads do. They look themselves in the mirror and they don't even talk to anybody about it. They just like they might just hate themselves. They might just think they're fat. That they don't like the way they look. They don't like the way they feel, and they get insecure about it. You get low confidence. You get low self esteem, and you keep it within yourself. And that is a big pain. And it was for me at this point in time. It was for me. So I just ended up. Where did I go from there? When the pain is big enough, you'll start taking action. That's the fact. So I remember after I saw this, like, just started to go to the gym. I just signed up for a gym close by. I just started to go. And even though I had trained a lot in my life, like soccer, playing football, and some gym efforts, of course, I played semi professional. So I had some sort of back knowledge into it, but like not a lot. So I had to start from scratch. And I remember going to the gym. Like it was awkward. Where do I begin? Where do I go? So at this point in time, like 2013, they were already getting some traction on YouTube. There were some influencers that were posting a lot about training and stuff online. So actually, I used a lot of that for inspiration and find interest in getting more knowledge about what to train, how to train, what to eat, what to focus on. But it was a journey I had to do on my own. I didn't have any mentor or anything. I just had to wing it. And looking back now, I would definitely benefit a lot from having a mentor at that point in time, but I didn't think about it at all. I just wanted that change. I didn't know where to go, so I just started. And I just remember I couldn't even do one pull up. Like, it's insane to think about now. I just been to training and I did 22 pull ups. I could even push more. And at this point in time, I couldn't even do a pull up. And I've always been like well trained and in shape. What the fuck has happened to me? That was what I was thinking. And when you're at that level, you couldn't even do a pull up. I'm sure many of you guys can't even do a pull up. You just feel very low. You just feel very, very low. But the thing is that it's just in the beginning. Everybody has a beginning. And now looking back at it, like, it's so important for me to have this to look back on and compare with, because where I'm now is at the other end of the spectrum. I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm energetic, even though at this point in time I had two kids. I just had the second child. Now I have five. I have two little ones under 2 years old. I still get to go to the gym and be energetic and lift and feel great and look great. So it's just amazing to think about. After probably about 2 years or so winging it, I was finally starting to get some momentum. But to be honest, I was not in a good relationship. I was in an unhappy marriage, and the distance between me and the woman I was with at this point in time was severely, it was stretching the distance in the relationship. So I was on this journey, she was on another journey, and the relationship was just not working at all. And I just noticed this was holding me so much back. But always been this kind of guy that I don't like conflict, and I'm I don't like to escape easily. So it went on for years and years until I finally broke it up, and that was in 2020. It was many years later than it should have been, but at that point in time, it was enough. It was enough for me. I had to go my own way, and that was the biggest release for me ever. I have not regretted it one time, because I ended up getting all this excess mental and physical freedom. And although there were kids involved in the breakup, we actually ended up being in a better place after, because the parents are able to take care of the kids in their proper way, not in fighting and controlling in the home and all this kind of jazz. So I was able to focus on my mentality, my physique, and being disciplined in what I wanted to do, and at the same time raise the kids the way I wanted to. So going from that breakup into a period where I could focus on myself and really getting really, really ripped and shredded out. And this other image just shows that that point in time I was the best trained I had ever been so far. Now it wasn't until like a half a year later that I really met like Vaira, my fiance today, and the true love of my life, that I realized that the importance of working on the mentality side of it, because I had trained a lot on the physicality. I was in good shape again. I was happy about it. I had self-esteem, but I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of stuff that I hadn't been working through from my past, from my mindset, and I had a really unhealthy way of living in relationship. That was my experience. So when I met her, that was just like a complete realization for me. I've learned so much with her in that relationship that I'm in now, because at the end of the day, it's not only about going to the gym and lifting weights. You need to have proper work on what is driving you. What's your mindset going into it? And we all have a lot of shit from our past that we need to work through. And we cannot just bury it behind all this physical work. It needs to be walked through. So, going through my past, finding out what is really triggering me and what is really not good for me, and also learning how to be in a relationship, what is important, or how to work in a relationship, how to communicate in a relationship. But the fact of it is that I'm now at the point of time where I'm in the best shape of my life, and that is at age 43. In just a month, I get to 43. I got 5 kids, and that is insane to think about. I'm even better shape than I was in my 20s and my teens. And how is that? How is that possible? Well, for the first of all, being consistent for years helps massively. And that means being consistent, going to the gym or working out, whatever that is you're doing, whatever type of activity it is, being consistent year in, year out, month in, month out is key. It is absolutely key. And in that consistency, you gotta have the discipline. You cannot just go around eating junk food or anything you like every single day. So having the discipline to be healthy, having the discipline to go work out when you should or when you can over a longer period of time will gain results. And you can already get results after a few weeks or after a few months. You can massively improve. But the biggest effects you get from year to year, then you see the big progress that you get. And it's just the best feeling ever when you've been at a place where I was, unhealthy, unhealthy lifestyle, lots of bad habits, just controlling my life, going from that to now in a place where I'm eating healthy, I'm training multiple times a week. I'm going to work, I have a lot of energy left. I can be with the kids, I can provide for the family, I can be with the wife. I have everything I need. And that comes down to being able to prioritize your time, being able to give to all the others in your life and give to yourself. The biggest mistake I see dads do is like, okay, I'm a dad now, so I'm not gonna prioritize myself. I'm just a dad. That's my identity. That is never just your identity. You should always prioritize your own well being when it comes to mentality, when it comes to body, when it comes to health, when it comes to spirituality. And that I mean like what is your true inner purpose? What do you want to accomplish? What are you passionate about? All these types of things you should never neglect while being a dad or being a husband. You should always find way to put that into the agenda. And although your time commitment is hard, like there's a lot of things you have to do. I know like it's busy. It's busy. It's for sure busy. But being planning days out and being disciplined, consistent, and actually planning out how your day is going to be, it's just it'll take your life to the next level for sure. So to round it off, I just want to say that if you at a place where you struggle, like, at a place where you cannot find time or interest or effort or anything to progress your training, to even start, or you're lost in the start, you don't know where to go, I'm here to help you out, man. I've been to the lowest place. If you're feeling unfit and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and this is not what you want to be, I've been there. I know about it. I know how it feels. Because at the end of the day, your family has it better when you have it better. And if you're lacking of energy, you're lacking of low self-esteem, you're not feeling good with yourself, your family will feel it too. So prioritize yourself, get yourself in shape, and build yourself up. I'll see you guys.